Apes and Apettes, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. We are seeing a little bit of green today, up 2.7% at the time. Literally, as soon as I did that, the stock started to drop. So, whatever there, let's get into some of this information. And as far as the data that did come out today, we had a lot of data points that came out, but this is really the headline here. So jobless claims total 232,000, slightly less than expected, so that is good. Q4 GDP revised up to 7%. That is also good. The key points: jobless claims for the week February 19th totaled 232,000, slightly less than expected. Continuing jobless claims hit the lowest level in nearly 52 years, so that is definitely a positive. GDP increased at a 7% annualized pace in the fourth quarter, closing out a year with the strongest growth since 1984. You know, not surprising given we gave out so much money. It's going to be very important to see how growth is in 2022. That is going to be the real test to everything, to really see, you know, are we going to go into a recession? Are we going to see growth slowing down? Can we keep a 3 or 4% growth rate throughout the coming years? Only time will tell on that one, but this is definitely adding to a little bit of the optimism here today. Pretty much as soon as the markets opened, we actually started to rally. If you look at that, it's been pretty much nonstop all day. But we do have Biden that is coming out at 12:30 a.m. So pretty much a half an hour by the time you guys see this video. And there's a lot of calls from the international community for Biden to basically kick Russia out of SWIFT. It is this, and I didn't know what SWIFT was, so I actually had to look it up as well. It says SWIFT is a vast messaging network used by banks and other financial institutions to quickly, accurately, and securely send and receive information, such as money transfer instructions. More than 11,000 SWIFT member institutions sent over 35 million transactions per day through the network in 2020. So it's basically if you want to wire transfer somebody money, right? Let's just say that, or deposit to your bank account, or do something like that. You're basically using the SWIFT network to do so for that. So if they were cut off, there would be no money going in or out of Russia. So you'd basically be crippling their whole economy, essentially. And I don't really think this is something the markets have expected or Putin has expected himself. And if that happens, you're definitely going to see some consequences for our markets, I would imagine, to the downside, and also for the Russian market. But really, how bad can it get? You already dropped 33.28% to close out the Russian trading period, and that is before any sanctions are actually announced. So it could get pretty bad for Russia over there. You can see the max on this chart. It is a straight plummet into the ground. This is your COVID levels right here, and you're substantially under that at the current moment. But you know, Putin, he doesn't care about the stock market. He's one of the richest people in the world. But for our markets, we are at a very bad or pivotal moment, I should say. The S&P is at 417.60 right now, and that is you know, about $2.50 under this 420 level that we did hit back here January 24th, where the Nasdaq was down about 5% and did recover by the end of the day and actually go positive. So if we do not break above 420 today, then you could see that continued move to the downside. But it's very hard to try to trade this market. You have to kind of choose a direction, and you're either going to be right or you are going to be wrong. You're looking like you did see a bounce today, so I really haven't done too much trading today. I was positioned for the downside, so was everybody else in the trading community. Like I said, link down below in the pinned comment. So I have not made too many trades today. Gonna wait and see how we look by the end of the day, but nevertheless in a pretty bad situation right now. Markets have recovered a lot, and that is also both very well for AMC stock. Like I said, we're at $16.02. We are up about 1.9% currently. So the chart is looking very strong here today. We're flirting with this 100-day moving average on the 1-minute candlestick chart. And if we do pull this out, this is definitely a good move. And you've seen a lot of support around $15 per share. Now $1 above that. If we can break out above this line right here, which is 1623, and make our way above the 20-day simple moving average again, that will be really good. But it's all going to depend on what young Biden says at 12:30 p.m. today. I said a.m. in the beginning of this video. It's p.m. I know people are going to say, it's p.m., not a.m. It's p.m., yes. So, you know, half an hour after you guys are likely seeing this video, you'll probably get the gist of what Biden says. Unless he is an hour late, then we'll just have to wait and see for that one. But nevertheless, let's get into some of the information that you need to know revolving around AMC and what the likely scenarios are depending on what Biden does announce and what sanctions do come out. So as far as the short interest, 21.11% short interest. Current shares that are sold short of 108.35 million. Cost to borrow max of 1.47%, and the share utilization is at 100%. Days to cover at 2.34. So this is all looking very encouraging. Shorts, they're not slowly covering on their short positions. They're simply not doing that. Now, I do also want to look at this real quick, and then I want to talk about how, you know, one thing is not going to cause the MOAS. So 6 orders totaling $1.1 million, the positive order value of 47% for the day so far. We're only about 2 hours into trading, so we'll get you guys the updated look and the picture on this, you know, by the end of the day, as we do typically do. But it's looking pretty good relative to all the fear that is in the marketplace today. Now, I seen a lot of questions on the live stream last night about, is this going to be the catalyst that causes the MOAS? Because, you know, somebody has been spreading that narrative that this could be the catalyst to cause the MOAS, which, sure, that is possible. But you need to see the markets coming down in a substantial way. And then you need to see a catalyst for AMC. A catalyst for the broad markets like this is not going to cause the MOAS. Now, if AMC came out and said, yeah, we expect to make $10 billion next year, or $5 billion, whatever the number is, and that's a fictitious catalyst, I just made that up here, that's when you see AMC going up. Short sellers have less money to service their margin calls, and the small guys start to cover, mid guys, and then the large guys. So long story short, if the markets need to come down to see the MOAS, yes, but that does not trigger the MOAS. What triggers the MOAS is while the markets are down, you see a catalyst for AMC stock that moves the price up. Then you start to see the shorts covering because hedge funds have less money to service those margin calls. So hopefully that provided you guys some clarity. Let me know who is spreading that false narrative down below in the comment section as well. Now, the Stonko tracker data, we're looking at 6,800 calls that are in the money. Out of the money calls at 140,000. Puts that are in the money at 28,000, and 42,000 puts that are out of the money. And like I've been saying here on this channel, you're only seeing roughly 7,000 puts or calls that are in the money, 140,000 that are out of the money. If we do see a big bounce tomorrow for whatever reason, de-escalation or something happens that is positive, you could definitely see a big green day tomorrow because of this ratio that it is, you know, very wide here, right? There's what, 133,000 more calls that are out of the money compared to in the money. That's a very ridiculous number, and that could cause a lot of buying power if we do see a move to the upside in a substantial way. Not to mention possible shorts covering if that does turn out to be the case. Let's give you guys the scoop on, you know, the latest, what is going on with Russia and Ukraine. Zelensky says to Russian citizens, if you hear us and are against the war, take to the squares of your cities. Yeah, not a good situation. Got some weird things going on. Russian consulate in Munich and embassy in Dublin now. Yeah, people are not happy. You know, definitely pray for Ukraine. They're definitely getting bullied in this situation, and nobody likes a bully. So I hope Ukraine teaches them a very valuable lesson nonetheless. So thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, the last thing I do want to go over is what is going to happen to the markets if Biden does implement banning Russia from SWIFT. You're probably going to see the markets actually take a move down off of that, because that is going to affect the broad economy. That's going to be a hit for everybody, obviously more so for Russia, but a hit for everybody. Also, at the same time, if we come out and we are very light on Russia and we don't implement all of the sanctions, which if you don't do that, we just look like chumps. I mean, what are we, chopped liver? You know, you can't threaten things and then not do them. So if he comes out very dovish on Russia and doesn't want to implement all these sanctions, then you're going to see the markets rally off of that. That's honest truth. If there's heavy sanctions, you're probably going to see the market selling off. That's the simplest way to put it. So like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, all of that good stuff. Check out the links down below in the description of this video to get yourself some free stock with Webull, Moomoo, and Public. Go ahead and check that out for yourselves. That's going to be all, and I will see you in the next one.